Physical media is currently in the process of dying a slow, horrible death. Not quite dead yet, there's still some life in the old girl, but we're getting there. Physical games are very blatantly on the way out. DVDs and Blu-rays have had one foot in the grave for a decade at this point. 4K Blu-rays were fucking born in a grave and they've spent the last few years making themselves comfortable. Vinyls are still doing alright, but that's because most people don't buy vinyls to listen to them. They buy them for the big disc and the nice art and because they're cool. It's cool to own vinyls. If you told anyone you owned this, you'd get beaten up. I mean, it's not exactly a mystery why this is happening. Most people want convenience and simplicity. They just want to press a button and have the thing there, in front of them, instantly. Or within 20 minutes. They don't want to have to drive down to Morrison's every time a new game comes out, or wait for an Amazon delivery, or even, God forbid, buy a thing. I've got subscription services, hundreds of them. Why would I ever need to buy anything? Do I think physical media will ever truly die off? Fuck no. I don't think it's ever going to reach the heights of 15, 20 years ago again. I don't think we're ever going to have Blockbuster back, but there's always going to be a niche market that wants these things. For as long as there's boxes for people to buy, someone out there will buy them. And that someone is me. Welcome to my emporium! I know I come off as a Chad in all my videos, but I sadly must confirm I'm not a Chad. I collect physical video games and Blu-rays. And alphabetize them. Ladies, I'm all yours. I've got all sorts in it. A Kinect Games collection, Cyberbike Cycling Sports Game Only, John Wick 3 in Polish, Legoland for PC, Amiibo Festival, 2 copies of Princess Mononoke, 2 copies of Shovel Knight, 2 copies of Animal Crossing New Leaf. I have a problem. For years, scientists have wondered, what makes people this way? What cascading series of horrible, traumatizing events have to occur for someone to end up like this? Simple bullying. I can't stop, alright? I'm in too deep. I'm at the point where I'm buying physical copies of PC games. PC games! These are codes in boxes. Once I've redeemed the key, I'm never gonna open this ever again. A tree died for this! Oh, it does come with postcards, though. I need to explain myself. There's 3 big reasons why I like physical media so much. One is that it's cheap. Most of the time. If you're buying a game digitally on a console, the only option is to go through Sony, or Microsoft, or Nintendo. And Nintendo says, fuck you! Yes, I would like 50 quid for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 9 years after it originally came out. Meanwhile, gun it over to Amazon and it's 35 quid, which is still a massive ripoff, but a little less of a massive ripoff. These two are the same story. I like making a stink about games being 70 quid now, but have I ever bought one for that much? Fuck no! God of War was 60 quid, Ratchet & Clank was 60 quid, Deathloop was like 48 quid, which in retrospect, buying a Bethesda game at launch is always a terrible idea. Physical will always be cheaper, because there isn't a complete monopoly on where to buy the games from. Reason 2, I actually own the video games. I like holding a thing and knowing it's mine. It's not a line of code in a database that says I have the right to download this piece of software that can be yanked away from me at any possible moment. It's mine. It's tangible. I have it. It is in my grubby mitts. That's not to say that physical media is always more reliable. For instance, disk rot, scratches, house fires. My PS4 copy of Red Dead 2 doesn't work anymore, but my Steam one does, and will until the end of time, that being when Valve finally runs out of money. But I don't really own this. I own a license for this, and as time has proven again and again, having a license for something is fucking meaningless. I'm not a preservationist by any stretch of the imagination. This is how I store my N64 games. Does it look like I care? I'm not about to make a bunker of video games just in case Valve go bankrupt and take every game with them. That's not gonna happen, at least in my lifetime. But I like owning things. Physical things. Things that I can pick up and confirm that I do indeed own. I prefer that to a pat on the back and a thumbs up. Now, reason 3. I'm a deranged lunatic and I like boxes. I like peeling the cellophane off a new game, I like the slipcases, I like the manuals, I like the pointless tat, I like the sounds, I like physical PC games, they are so fucking useless and that is why I love them! I'm not opposed to digital stuff, I shill Game Pass constantly, 90% of the games I play are on Steam. Netflix. But I'd be lying if I said that a little part of me doesn't die inside buying a game digitally. The experience here begins and ends with me putting in my debit card information. There's no cellophane here, there's no postcards, it's just BAM in the library. Hyped to forget I own that for 3 years. Physical just has so much more personality to it. There's so many more opportunities to be creative with a box than with, you know, an exe file. Best example, Criterions. If you don't know what a criterion is, don't worry, no one does. In short, fancy Blu-rays made by film snobs, for film snobs. So me, if you can get over the small loan that you have to pay for what is effectively the same movie you can get at CEX for £2, then these are so fucking nice. The box is a premium, the cover art is gorgeous, there's a truckload of bonus features on every disc that you'll never watch. If you're the kind of person who cares about transfer quality, then these are really good for that too. I don't know, I'm watching them on this. And important, they all come with little booklets too, filled with essays and photos in a design that is custom made to fit the film perfectly. They're like a little manual for the movie. This is now 3 videos in a row where I've talked about manuals. You cannot stop me! The cream of the crop, though, is easily the Fantastic Mr. Fox one. Fuck me, this thing is gorgeous. A beautiful cover, a weird slipcase box, a chunky book that is so full of shit, it's got a table of contents. This thing is an art piece. Fantastic Mr. Fox on Disney Plus is not an art piece. I mean, the movie is, but this, the shell you have to pass through to watch it, is so boring and lifeless, and its only goal is conformity and structure, and it works. If all you want to do is watch the movie and get to it quickly and efficiently, then this is completely fine. But I'm a fucking weirdo, I want postcards, goddammit! This is just so much more fun. Fun is maybe not the best word to use here. Unique? I'm not saying that this doesn't have its place. I'm not saying I will never watch a movie or play a game just because I don't get to open a keep case to get to it, and I'm not discrediting the vast majority of you who vastly prefer this over this. Again, I'm a fucking weirdo, you have functioning brains, I'm proud of you. It's so much less hassle to just have all the things on the box or the app you play the things on. But it's also boring, so fucking boring. I get not an ounce of joy from scrolling through my Switch, or PlayStation, or Steam libraries. It's like looking through a spreadsheet. You can customize to an extent, sure, make some folders, change the art, download one of those third-party launchers and spend way too long fiddling with the themes, but nothing comes close to the simple pleasure of getting a new game, finding a spot for it on the shelf, and slotting it in. Fuck me, that's some dopamine right there. Speaking of, this is a shelving unit. It is your canvas. The options are endless here. You could do plain old A to Z organised by system with systems in chronological order. Or maybe you're one of those deranged people who makes their home screen look like this. Why not do that with all the Blu-rays? I'm sure your art teacher will love you. What about the weird shit? Where's that going? The Assassin's Creed 3 Collector's Edition needs a home, and if it doesn't get one soon, it's going back to social services. Collectible copies with numbers on the side? Fuck these. Do you put them in their own section, or just litter them amongst everything else? Either way looks awful. What about when you've got too much shit and don't want to be the dude with 2 massive media shelves? What then? Do you commit the cardinal sin and start stacking them? Multiple layers? Merging systems together? What about the ancient shit in cardboard boxes? What do you do with them? Box sets? The free DVDs you still have lying around? Steelbooks? The 1 GBA game? Fuck it. Organising the collection is half the battle with physical stuff. On one of these it just does it for you. Recently played, A to Z, even folders are automated on Steam now. But in reality, it's all up to you. You decide where Beast Quest goes. Here? 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 And because of that, there's so much more expression and creativity in something as simple as how you organise your Sims 2 expansion packs. It's a hassle, it's a pain to dust, buy a light wood cabinet, do not make the same mistake I did, but it's ultimately so worth it, because you end up with something that's an expression of you. And that's what makes collecting fun, right? I don't collect stuff in the traditional sense of, I must have it all, but I still do it. I still buy things and put them on the shelf and then grin when the boxes line up and look nice. I collect the stuff that I value, that I think is interesting. Who the fuck else gives a shit about Connect games or empty boxes with Steam codes and some stickers in? Me! Only me! These are my games, my shelving unit of shit. It's a representation of me. You don't really get that with digital stuff. You don't get that same attachment or feeling of ownership you have over something physical. These are just some pixels on a screen. For all I know, these pixels are lying to me. Do I really own Doom Eternal? Who fucking knows? Half of my library is shit I didn't even want. I have over 300 games in my Epic library. Guess how many I actually bought? No, go on, guess. 9. But with physical stuff, there's a history there. There's a deliberate reason for every single thing on the shelf to be on that shelf. That's my first ever game. That's the half-destroyed Mario Sunshine I got from CEX for way too much money. That's the copy of the Wonderful 101 I had to pay import duty on. Fuck you, Platinum. There's a story for every single item on this shelf, a reason that everything that's here is still here, and not in a landfill. These are just video games. Disc is alright. Disc is completely fine. The wonders of jewel cases.